welcome back to 87.9 The Edge with DJ Britt Brad on the track. We're here today with Lindsay Truax, hair designed by Lindsay. How are you today?
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm glad I had a moment to sit and answer some questions that some of the viewers have.
We're glad to have you, Lindsay. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. We have Lindsay on air today answering questions about hair myths and facts. So our first question is going to be, does cutting your hair make your hair grow?
That's actually a great question. I have a lot of clients that come in and ask me that actually. The answer to that would be no. Cutting your hair doesn't make it grow faster because it's clear that the hair grows from the head, not down at the bottom of your hair. But if your ends are split and you've done a lot of damage to the hair, if you keep getting those trims every once in a while just to keep it nice and healthy, it will keep the hair from breaking. So in a sense, people think, oh, if I cut my hair, it's gonna grow. Well, no, if you cut your hair, it'll keep it healthy so that when it does grow out, it'll grow longer in length. It won't keep splitting and breaking and, you know, essentially making your hair look shorter. So that was a great question.
Okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. So our next question is store-bought professional shampoo the same as the kind that you buy in the salon?
The answer to that is no. Products in a salon are different, purchased at a convenience store like a Rite Aid or a Target, for example. I have clients who will be sitting in my chair. I'll use a really nice product on them. I'll be checking the client out and ask them about purchasing that product if they liked it, wanted to purchase it. Sometimes they will, and sometimes I have clients that will say, no, that's okay, and the next time they come in, they'll let me know that they did purchase that product and it didn't work for them quite as well, and they were confused as to why, and oh, those products don't work for me, you always do a better job. So of course I have to ask the question that I dread asking, and that's, where did you purchase this product? And most of the time they'll say Rite Aid or Walgreens. That's not the same product that I was using on you. Weird, but they question, well, that doesn't make any sense. It looks just like your bottle. I'm pretty sure it's the same product, and I have to let them know it's not. I'll even tell you, like the Paul Mitchell products, it says right on the back, guaranteed only, and they underline that, when sold by a professional hairdresser. So if that doesn't tell you that you're not getting the same product when you're there as you do here, I really don't know what to tell you. But that is a great question, and it's a very common. So if you're not gonna buy it in my salon where I work, still buy the product at a salon because you are guaranteed that product.
Kind of messed up that they're allowed to sell that stuff in the stores and have their name put on it. That's really surprising to me. And kind of a shame for all the consumers who do think that they're actually getting what they paid for. So that kind of sucks. This next question is actually one that I'm familiar with, and because I tend to change my hair color so often, can you go from black hair to silver hair in one sitting without damage?
Right now, actually, that's very popular in the salon. We've got a lot of the younger generations coming in here and wanting to do that. It all depends, I guess. First of all, when I'm talking to them about the history of their hair, it is very important to let your hairdresser know if the black that is on your hair is box color from home or if it is done by a professional stylist, because that weighs heavily as far as what we're breaking through. Also, we do need to know the history underneath the black hair. Have you colored it red? Have you put blonde underneath of it? What kind of shape is your hair in? Is it super damaged already? And all those things play into if you're gonna get that done in one sitting. I'm gonna say no. It's very uncommon anyway to go from such a dark color all the way to the other end of this color spectrum, but you could get there, but without damage, no, definitely not. I would consider looking at what could happen in the process. For instance, I did have a girl who wanted to do that, and I was all ready to give her that silver hair, and unfortunately I wasn't aware that she did have red underneath the black hair that she had had on. And I was also unaware that that red was boxed colored too. So I'm trying to break through all these different colors I didn't know I had to break through. So unfortunately we weren't allowed to get her to silver, but we did get her to a warm blonde. And as long as you're okay with knowing that there is going to be steps to get there, then I say go for it. But definitely not damage free.
Okay, I mean, it's a little disappointing to hear sometimes because you go into the salon and you want a specific color, but you know, we need to protect our hair, and that's the first priority, so it makes sense. This next question is, I think one all of our viewers can relate to is stress. Is it true that stress gives you gray hair? Because I know that I'm popping out a couple, and I'm curious if it's due to the stress that I have in my life.
So for those husbands who say that their wives give them gray hairs due to stress, sorry to tell you men, but it's not true. Scientists actually have a hunch that maybe gray hairs could be caused from stress, but there's actually no scientific proof that links that stress causes gray hairs. Sorry.
Well, regardless if the stress gives you grays or not, I mean, that's why they make hair colors. You just cover those bad boys right up. But this next question is one that's kind of been talked about recently. It's kind of a growing trend. Is it true that if you take biotin vitamins, your hair will grow? I've heard this many times, and I'm just curious if it really does work.
That's a great question, actually. I have clients who come into the salon all the time and ask me, what are some things I should be doing to help my hair grow? And biotin is definitely one that I recommend. It does help the hair grow. And I'll also tell them that there are some foods that they can be eating too that has biotin in them. Nuts do, like peanuts and almonds. There's also biotin in your egg yolks, fish, pork, raspberries, what's another one? Cheddar cheese, and your wheat bread. There's some foods that you can consume also that have that in it. So get started and take your biotin if you want your hair to grow.
Awesome, because my hair grows super, super slow, so I'll have to go pick up a bottle of that and try it out. This next question is one that I relate to every single day when I take a shower. I lose so much hair every day that I sometimes even worry that it's too much. So how much is too much? Should I be worried about that?
That's a good question. I do feel like we do tend to lose quite a few hairs in the shower. I know that I don't lose too many hairs throughout the day, at least that I notice. But if you have your hair up in a ponytail and things like that, you will probably see a lot of hair loss in the shower as opposed to your daily routine, finding it on your shirt or your clothes, anywhere. So take that into consideration too, that you you might have had all those hairs in one place, and now that you're letting your hair down, you're seeing the hair fall out. But too many hairs, when I was in school, it used to be 35 to 45 hairs a day was average of what people would lose. Now it's anywhere from 50 to 100 hairs that people will lose. An excessive hair loss, you'll notice when either you've lost 20 pounds or more. Sometimes you'll see an excessive amount of hair loss. Also, stopping your birth control, believe it or not, is an excessive hair loss stressor. Another would be stress, undergoing stress, of course. And I'm trying to think that some of the others, giving birth. A lot of moms will understand what I'm saying when you see a lot of hairs being lost after you give birth. Those are normal if you are noticing that you're losing a lot more hair than usual. I would consult a medical professional if you're not sure that that's normal for you. I used to tell my clients to go see a doctor, but I've recently learned that a dermatologist is actually who you'd want to see because they specialize in hair, skin, and nails. So they'll be able to diagnose or help you with any excessive hair loss that you might be having. So, great question.
Really interesting and some good information there. But now I want to switch over to Facebook. We have a few users that have some questions, and the first one is from Jermaine from Florida. Asks, if you use Pantene, does it set your hair on fire?
Hello, Jermaine from Florida. Does Pantene set your hair on fire? I have no idea. I don't know because I don't use Pantene because it's not a salon professional product. So unfortunately, I don't know, and I don't know if I want to try it. But thanks for asking.
Yeah, I'm curious to know who actually decided to test that theory out by lighting their own hair on fire. I'm confused. But anyways, our next question is also from Jermaine. She asks, is it true you shouldn't use Sun-In when you color your hair?
Well, Jermaine, you should not use Sun-In ever. Unfortunately, I can say from experience that when I was younger, I used Sun-In. Thanks, Mom, by the way, for buying that for me. It's got hydrogen peroxide in it, which paired with the sun, when you're laying out for hours, sounds a little scary and disturbing. The answer is probably shouldn't mess with Sun-In.
Wow, okay. Jermaine has also asked, what is the difference between store-bought color and salon color?
Well, the difference between salon color and box color is that box color, you're going to get an unknown result. And with salon color, you're going to get a desired result. Why I say that is because a stylist, when they look at your hair, they're considering all kinds of things before they create the formula for you. A box has no idea what it's going to formulate for your hair. So it already has the developer in it, or maybe you're mixing it in, I'm not sure, but either way, it comes with one type of developer. It does not know what kind of hair you have. If you have virgin hair, if you have hair that already has color on it, what is that hair breaking through or not breaking through if it's a low developer? That might sound a little foreign to you, how I'm explaining it, but a developer ranges from a 5 all the way to a 40. I would use a 5 developer on somebody I just want a deposit color onto. I'd use a 40 to break through maybe something that's already on the hair, or if they want to be brighter, and depending on the hair type, the porosity of the hair, the damage or not damage of the hair, I will mix up a formula that will be what that client wants. That box color has no idea. So that's why a lot of times when somebody wants blonde hair and they've got a dark new growth, they put that blonde right on there, you might be getting a 5 developer, which is barely gonna do anything to lift that dark hair. So you're gonna get a really warm result. Most of the time people get orange. If you've ever box colored your hair, most of the time if you get a blonde box color, you're not coming out with pretty blonde hair at the end. Let's be honest, you're gonna be kind of brassy. If you come into a salon, we know exactly what kind of developer to use to lift that hair right up. And if I had to put my money on anything, I would go with the desired results over the unknown, what am I gonna get, mystery color. So great question. Always go with the salon. Please God, don't buy box color, because sorry, I just don't think you'll get the results you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just whatever you desire, whatever you're going for. So that's some good advice there. Jermaine is just full of questions today. She is also wondering, do the salons even use the same brand as on-the-shelf brands?
No, salons do not use the same color brands as on-the-shelf brands. We typically use a professional line of color.
Okay, awesome. Our next viewer is Brittany from Las Vegas. Asks, I do not use any heat or styling tools and still get split ends. Since it splits so easily, I can never grow it longer. I'd love to know how to combat this without constant cutting.
Thank you, Brittany from Las Vegas. That's a great question. There's a lot of things to consider here. I'm just going to answer this as in you're not using any heat ever to your hair, a blow dryer or a flat iron. If you do, and you're getting these split ends, I would definitely do a couple of things. Make sure you're using a heat protector. I know that with the Lanza line, it protects heat up to 500 degrees, which is completely awesome since a lot of our flat irons go to like 450. And the sun obviously is a huge part of why our hair gets damaged. And since you're in Vegas, I don't know how much time you're spending outside, but that will affect your hair and the damage that the sun could be doing to it. I would recommend going to your salon and getting a protein treatment. I, for instance, love the Lanza Emergency Treatment. It's a great protein treatment for your hair. If I haven't said treatment like 100 times, I'm gonna say it a few more. I like to explain it as in this way. So the cuticle of the hair is almost like a rocky road. The road will have divots in it, and obviously us Michigan drivers, we know what rocky roads are. That protein treatment is what somebody who's gonna patch in those holes in the ground. Can't even say it. So it's gonna patch in the holes in the ground. That's kind of what this protein treatment is gonna do to the cuticle of your hair. It's gonna patch in those damaged spots in the cuticle of the hair. So it gives it that strength back and you won't see your hair split as much. So yeah, go get a treatment.
Oh, I'll definitely have to try that treatment because I suffer from split ends. So hopefully that'll help me. Our next user is Samantha from Michigan. She asks, what can I do about naturally greasy hair?
That's a great question, Samantha. I do have quite a few clients who will tell me that their hair is greasy, and most of the time I ask them what they're using at home for a shampoo. If they're using something like Suave or Tresemme or Garnier, I don't even know how to pronounce it, I usually let them know that those products will put a waxy film on the hair because they use fillers in their product. So typically you will definitely get greasy hair with products like that. So I usually challenge my clients to switch to a shampoo that we sell here professionally and give them a 6 to 7 days worth of shampooing and let me know what their hair feels like after that. Are they just as greasy as they were when they used Suave, or are they noticing that they actually don't have greasy hair at all, that it was the shampoo that they were using at home? If you are using a salon professional shampoo and your hair is still greasy, I would just recommend not putting very much conditioner in and not putting it right on the scalp. About 2 to 3 inches from the scalp and run it through the hair. If you can go without conditioning the hair, maybe your hair condition is okay, don't use any conditioner. Maybe use like a leave-in treatment before you style or before you blow dry the hair, and see if that doesn't help your greasy hair problem.
Ooh, I'm definitely a fan of the dry shampoo. Well, Lizzie, that was our last question. I really appreciate you being on the show and answering all of the myths and facts questions that me and the viewers had. So hopefully we'll have you on the show again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was nice to answer some of these questions. Hopefully I help a few people in the process. I know that these questions you've asked me and that people have asked are very common questions that get brought up to me and asked daily in the salon. So I hope that I will educate some listeners out there.
All right, this is 87.9 The Edge with Britt Pratt. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much for watching this video today on salon facts and myths. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.